What if the buy now, pay later revolution wasn't really about helping you manage your money, but about making sure you never stop spending? What if the freedom to split your payments into 4 easy installments wasn't freedom at all, but one of the smartest psychological traps ever built by modern finance? Because here's the truth. Debt isn't just a financial tool anymore. It's a business model. We are the product. Every 0% interest banner you see, every instant approval you click, every time you delay a payment and tell yourself it's fine, that's not an accident. That's design. A design perfected over a century by advertisers, banks, and tech platforms that learned exactly how to keep us buying, swiping, and owing. So in today's video, we're diving deep into how advertising psychology, financial incentives, and a few clever algorithms turn convenience into dependency. But before we start, let me know in the comments where you're watching from, okay? And don't forget to subscribe if you want more deep dives like this, because once you understand how the system actually works, you'll never look at PE later the same way again. To understand the buy now, pay later era, you have to go back to the early 1900s, when the first form of credit marketing completely changed how people viewed money. Before then, most people only bought what they could afford. Debt was for emergencies, not for everyday life. But in the 1920s, American companies like General Motors and Sears stumbled upon something revolutionary. If people could pay in small pieces, they would buy more, a lot more. The idea of installment buying was born, and it felt modern, empowering, and progressive. People didn't see it as borrowing. They saw it as participating in the future, owning a piece of the American dream right now. But just selling credit wasn't enough. Corporations needed a way to make people want what they couldn't afford. Enter Edward Bernays, the father of modern advertising and the nephew of Sigmund Freud. He took the principles of psychology and applied them to marketing, teaching companies how to sell emotions, not just products. He discovered that if you linked products to deep-seated desires, beauty, success, power, freedom, people wouldn't just buy what they needed. They'd buy who they wanted to be. And this psychological playbook became the foundation for everything we know today about consumer culture. Fast forward to after World War II, and this idea exploded. Mass production meant mass marketing. Governments wanted citizens to spend, not save, to fuel economic growth. Banks made credit more available than ever before. Owning more, a bigger house, a faster car, the latest appliances became the new definition of success. Buy now, pay later was no longer just a clever slogan, it was a lifestyle philosophy, and the world was hooked. Then came the 2000s, and the internet changed everything. Advertising moved from billboards and TV screens to algorithms. Instead of just guessing what people wanted, tech companies could track it with terrifying precision. They knew what you clicked, how long you hovered over an image, what products made your heart race just a little bit faster. And it wasn't long before finance followed their lead. In 2010, the first wave of modern buy now, pay later platforms appeared. Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm. They didn't just offer convenience, they weaponized psychology. They used bright, friendly colors, offered instant approvals with no hard credit checks, and framed everything as zero risk. The entire experience was designed to remove the pain of paying, that little sting you feel when you hand over your hard-earned cash. It totally worked. Studies show that when people use these installment plans, they're 30 to 50% more likely to overspend. That's not a side effect of the service, it's the entire business model. And behind every promise to split into 4 easy payments, sits a powerful incentive chain. Retailers sell more products at higher prices. The BNPL platforms earn a transaction fee from every sale, and the users, well, they often spend far beyond their means. According to a 2023 report by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, more than 46% of BNPL users have missed at least one payment. And even more telling, 1 in 5 have resorted to another form of credit, like a high-interest credit card, just to cover their installments. That means the very tools marketed as interest-free are often a gateway back into the cycle of high-interest debt. Familiar, isn't it? But here's what most people don't realize. When you click Pay Later, the retailer isn't actually waiting for your payments. They get their money immediately thanks to financial institutions that buy that loan from the BNPL company up front. And that's where this story gets really interesting. Here's the twist. Behind every flashy, user-friendly BNPL app is a hidden network of investors and financial institutions quietly funding your purchases. When you buy a $300 gadget and choose to pay it off over 4 weeks, that small, seemingly insignificant loan is often bundled together with thousands of others and resold to investors. They treat your future payments as a financial asset, just like mortgage or credit card debt. These loans are grouped, packaged, and traded on global financial markets as consumer receivable assets. It's perfectly legal, it's incredibly efficient, and it's unbelievably profitable. In theory, it's a win-win situation. Merchants get paid instantly, investors earn a return on their money, and consumers get the flexibility to buy things they otherwise couldn't. But this model also means that your daily spending habits, that new pair of sneakers, those concert tickets, have become part of a massive, interconnected financial ecosystem. An ecosystem that now depends on you and millions of others continuing to spend. And this is where history starts to echo itself. In the early 2000s, the financial industry did the exact same kind of packaging with home loans. Banks combined millions of mortgages, turned them into complex investment products, and sold them to investors worldwide. The system worked perfectly until it didn't. When borrowers started defaulting on their loans, the whole system cracked hand. The 2008 financial crisis followed. Now, BNPL companies are doing something similar, but with smaller, faster, data-driven consumer loans. It's not a grand conspiracy, it's a pattern. A system built on short-term optimism and long-term hidden risk. And with regulators still playing catch-up, the same question from 2008 returns. What happens when too many people miss their payments all at the same time? You might be surprised to learn who's standing ready to benefit when that happens. And let's just say, it's not the consumer. You won't believe the name behind the system that made it all possible. Last time, we peeled back the curtain on buy now, pay later, and revealed it's not just a convenient way to shop. It's a psychological system designed to make you comfortable with debt. But the story gets much, much darker. This system wasn't an accident. Behind every pay and for easy installments banner, there's a boardroom full of data scientists, behavioral economists, and yes, former Wall Street quant traders. They didn't just build an app, built a feedback loop for your mind. And the most shocking part? The same companies that packaged subprime mortgages before the 2008 crash are now packaging your future spending habits as tradable assets. Sound familiar? Let's connect the dots. Every BNPL company, from Klarna to Afterpay, claims they're democratizing credit. But under the sleek branding and pastel colors lies a structure that looks eerily similar to the one that caused the 2008 crisis. Each time you use BNPL, your transaction is instantly bundled into a digital debt package and sold to institutional investors hungry for short-term profits. In other words, your impulse buys have become Wall Street's new subprime bonds. In 2025 alone, global BNPL spending soared past $900 billion, with over 60% of users juggling multiple, overlapping debts across different platforms. That's billions of microdebts, all connected by algorithms that measure just how predictable your behavior is. They call it consumer data monetization. A better term, behavioral securitization. Your future payments are being turned into investment products. It's the same old game, just with new packaging. To understand how they got you here, we need to go back, not to 2008, but to 1940s Madison Avenue, the birthplace of modern advertising. A man named Edward Bernays, Sigmund Freud's nephew, had a powerful realization. If you can link emotion to consumption, you can program desire itself. Advertisers stopped selling products. They started selling identities. Fast forward to today, and BNPL platforms are using that same strategy, but supercharged with artificial intelligence. When you scroll through a shopping app, every offer you see is a personalized temptation. The AI knows your payday schedule, your most impulsive hours, even the time of day you're most likely to click buy. It doesn't feel like a trap because it's designed to feel just like you. Internal data leaked from a major BNPL firm revealed that user spending jumps by 47% when the repayment plan is shown in small installments instead of the total price. This isn't finance, it's neuromarketing with a credit line attached. And remember when we said, you won't believe the names? Here they are. Most people think BNPL companies are independent startups, but dig into their financial backers, and you'll find a familiar lineup: Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley. The very same entities that profited from mortgage-backed securities are now underwriting these debt-backed consumption platforms. BlackRock alone holds indirect stakes in 7 of the top 10 BNPL providers. They call it alternative credit exposure. A more honest name is rebranded control. See, when these giants invest, they aren't just betting on your ability to pay. They're betting on your inability not to. Here's where it gets even more chilling. Every click, every missed payment, every abandoned cart hits, all data. That data is sold in real time to predictive financial models that assess consumer stress. Think about that for a second. Your financial anxiety has become a measurable, tradable asset. By mid-2025, over 70% of BNPL providers were using machine learning algorithms directly tied to ad networks. This means your financial history now influences which products you see and how they're priced. A user with a strong financial profile might see 0% interest. Someone who's struggling, it could be shown a rate of 29%. The same AI that suggests your next Netflix show is now determining your debt load. This isn't about giving you access to credit anymore. It's about predictive control. Here's the secret they hope you never realize. We are living in the first synthetic consumer bubble, just like the housing bubble was inflated by bad mortgages. This new bubble is being inflated by over-leveraged consumers who don't even realize they're borrowing. Every BNPL transaction artificially boosts GDP and retail sales, creating a false signal of economic prosperity. When defaults begin to rise, those bundled debts shopping data will collapse in value, and who will step in to stabilize the system? The same central banks and asset managers that fueled it in the first place. Analysts are already warning that a BNPL-driven liquidity crunch could erase up to $250 billion in market value if default rates just exceed 12%. That's not a consumer issue, it's a systemic trigger. Behind every statistic is a real person, usually someone who thought pay later meant freedom. Instead, it meant months of hidden interest, overdraft fees, and a manipulated credit score. A recent study found that over half of Gen Z BNPL users had to take out a second form of credit just to pay off their first one. It's no longer a debt cycle, it's debt recursion borrowing to maintain the illusion of being solvent. Sound familiar? It's exactly what entire nations do. So why does this keep happening? Because the system doesn't sell debt, it sells hope. It convinces you that you deserve it, that future you will handle it, that prosperity can be borrowed. But every loan of desire creates a creditor of control. And that's the ultimate trick, the illusion of freedom through endless choice. As long as the screen keeps glowing and the offers keep coming, the loop stays alive. The monopolator economy isn't about convenience. It's about conditioning entire generations to normalize borrowing against tomorrow for satisfaction today. And when this bubble bursts sand, the blame won't fall on the architects. It will fall on the consumers who were told they should have known better. But now, you do know. So ask yourself, are we really evolving financially? Or are we just repeating the same debt cycle in better suits and brighter apps? If this opened your eyes, share this video. Not for views, but for awareness. Awareness is the first step out of control. And if you want more deep dives into the hidden systems shaping your life, hit that subscribe button. Stay curious, and never stop asking who profits when you spend.